there, good morning. Welcome to your election poll center. This is ABC Headline. I'm Eric Chinibwa Melo. Coming up in the headline. Now, following Supreme Court's overturning of the Speaker's vacation of 4 seats in Parliament, lawyer Martin Pegbu has called for the Speaker to push back at the Supreme Court. Still to come in the headlines, flag bearer of the NDC, John Mahama, has promised to build a second national theatre in Kumasi. Later, also in the headlines, the Bank of Ghana has suspended the foreign exchange trading license of the Consolidated Bank Ghana for 1 month over regulation breaches. We have these and more coming up shortly to stay. Welcome. The news is streaming live on YouTube, ABC News GH. Visit for more news. As well, you can log on to ABC News GH for more news and updates. Let's begin with the first story. A private legal practitioner, Martin Pegbu, has called on Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin to challenge the Supreme Court's ruling that overturned his decision to declare 4 parliamentary seats vacant. The ruling, delivered by 7-member panel in a 5-2 majority led by Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, sided with the majority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin, who argued that Speaker Bagbin had overstepped his constitutional authority by declaring the state vacant without judicial review. In an interview on Tuesday, November 12, Pegbu argued and urged that if Bagbin were to push back to the court's decision, it could serve a powerful statement for the independence of Parliament and strengthen democratic governance.
It will force us to look at how to solve the problem, which is that we need judicial independence. That's what this decision underscores. That our judiciary has become a bit weak. The Supreme Court is that weak. So we need a constitutional review. And as I stated earlier, the Chief Justice herself has said that the role of the President in the discipline of judges is not correct. It's not good. The Superior Court judges, all right? When you want to remove a Supreme Court judge, Court of Appeal judge, etc., you have to take it to the President. Now, if the President doesn't like you, yeah, he'll let it go on. If he likes you, he'll sit on it. There are situations the President is sat on some of the petitions. And then there are other roles he has to play. Also, you know, money is blood, like they say in Tree, right? Sika emoja. So when it comes to release of money to the judiciary too, the executive has been using it as a form of control. They don't release the money so that they can influence the judiciary. The Chief Justice herself said it. The Chief Justice herself said it last year at the Bar Conference in Cape Coast. You can look for a speech. So the judiciary themselves haven't complained that the executive, the President's interference in judicial work is not good. It underscores the need for us to review the Constitution straight.
Counsel, when you say you expect the Speaker to push back, do you mean legal pushback?
On all fronts. He should fire on all cylinders. Everything legal, because it helps to shape our democracy. Like they say in Chi, so the Speaker pushing back will help. You see, let's not forget one thing. You see now, through the pushback, etc., you see how we are openly talking about the judicial independence. A few years ago, I would have shied away. But we should look back and see that no, if we don't step up and talk, our democracy will sink. You remember the Mo Ibrahim Index? The judiciary has lost 30 points. You go to the Afro Barometer, the judiciary lost over 20 points.
Away from the Supreme Court, let's remind you that here on ABC, we are your election poll center. We're back with some election news. Here at your election poll center, we advocate for vote and not violence. Let's continue with the story. And the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has reiterated the NDC's commitment to transforming the creative industry in Ghana. During an engagement with creatives in Kumasi on Tuesday, November, John Mahama said that the new NDC will build a new national theatre in Kumasi to support content creators in the region if the party win election. The former president noted that the party made the same promise in its 2020 manifesto, but has not reneged on its promise, which will be fulfilled by the next NDC government. John Mahama lamented the poor state of the National Theatre in Accra and revealed that the plan also includes modernizing the theatre with state-of-the-art equipment to serve as a creative hub for artists nationwide.
National Film Theatre, since China for boy you see Rollins Abreso, everything there is not been rehabilitated. Into Kwan Echo from Enyoma Bibria say, oh, yeah, exhibition and I be sometimes curtains, no, you can't draw the curtains, stage, no, I say, Enyoma Bibria say, into Amrena so say, you see, who ye said a bit to me, Abua. The creative industry. Now, we share a manifesto 2020. Yeah, true. We say you be see a second national theatre at Kumasi. Now, your 2024 manifesto, you sign repeating what we say. Nyamiya Adoma say you be see a second national theatre in Kumasi. If you say Kumasi, you are the center of the arts and culture.
Still on some election matters, the Director of Elections of the National Democratic Congress, Dr. Omani Boamah, has accused the NPP of trying to rig the December poll through a special voting slated for 2nd December 2024. Addressing some supporters at the mini rally of Agenswanu constituency in the eastern region, Dr. Omani Boamah charged the NDC supporters to build a vigilance on the election day and take video recordings of the sorting and counting process.
With eagle eyes. Eagle eyes. Takeno. Takeno Osono. If you say, Osono ayana gese, abana yeba beto no bede, obediem. Na afi. Corona amaye so mbebo no. Amaye say 2nd December. It's the 2nd December. And a special vote in special vote in security agents, generally, and EC officials. I will not let you have. As soon as I say, Sadano, Omerium, and Mutia I also have a constituency. Send your Maka, baby, Amapono. No, for the 2nd December, no, and not a special vote if you will hear more in the year. You can maybe, I also know. That is one. Security for no, all my react also said, I buy higher by the tree. I won't pay Emma or Sunday day. And I was saying, no, I come in. Now, you a chess out from now. I'll show the person.
Away from that, some civil society organizations have expressed their discontent with the Electoral Commission for what it describes as an unjust decision to deny them accreditation to participate as election observers. In a press conference on Tuesday, November 12, they argued that the Electoral Commission's inability to not provide any justification for its refusal raises concern and undermines the integrity of the electoral process. There's more in this report.
With barely few days to the election, the Electoral Commission has found itself in another tussle as some civil society organizations have expressed their dissatisfaction with the Commission's decision to deny them accreditation to carry out their duties as election observers in the upcoming elections. The groups, namely the Center for Conflict Resolution, Jatikei Center, Human Security Research Center, and FESL Foundation, in condemning this decision, argued that this move undermines the very principles the Commission is expected to uphold in its operations: transparency, fairness, and integrity. In a press conference held on Tuesday, November 12, the Executive Director of Jatike Center and lead convener, Adib Sani, called out the EC for not providing any justification for rejecting their applications.
We, the undersigned CSOs, vehemently decry this singular arbitrary act by Mrs. Jane Mensah, someone who was propelled by her civil society credentials as a major fault line that seeks to undermine the credibility of the 2024 elections.
He further pointed out that the EC is setting a dangerous precedent and called on the Commission to reconsider its decision. He also asserted that the group will remain committed and resolute in their demand for accountability until this injustice is rectified.
We think it is a very dangerous thing to do, and I think at this point the best thing to be done is for EC to rescind their decision. If it is still not becoming positive, if the status quo remains as it is, we'll find ways of ensuring accountability as we go into these crucial elections.
Meanwhile, the EC is yet to provide an official explanation for its decision in this issue. Reporting for AB.
Away from that, the National Labour Commission, NLC, has directed workers of the Ghana Highway Authority to suspend their ongoing strike action. The Ghana Highway Authority workers started indefinite strike action on Tuesday, November 12, 2024, in protest against the implementation of the National Road Authority Act 2024, Act 1118. The workers argued that the act, which seeks to merge the Ghana Highway Authority with the Department of Urban Roads and the Department of Feeder Roads, would reduce the authorities' autonomy and increase bureaucratic inefficiency. This latest development follows a formal petition to the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in which workers called for broader consultation before proceeding with implementation of the new act. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the NLC emphasized the need for the Ghana Highway Authority workers to suspend their industrial action while negotiation continues. It said it met both parties in caucus sessions and observed the respondent, which is the Ghana Highway Authority, did not also follow due process under the Labour Act 2023, Act 651, regarding their intended industrial action. Now, the NLC therefore directed that, and I'm quoting, the respondents, Ghana Highway Authority, Senior Staff Association, and the Divisional Union of Construction and Building Materials Workers Union of Ghana Highway Authority are to follow the due process, unquote. Now, whilst waiting for respondents to follow the due process, they must suspend any and or all intended industrial actions, the statement added. Away from Labour, let's settle on finances, where the Bank of Ghana has suspended Consolidated Bank Ghana's foreign exchange trading license effective November 26, 2024 for 1 month. The BOG cited Section 11, Clause 2 of the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723, as basis for this decision. In a statement on November 12, the central bank clarified that the suspension was prompted by multiple violations of foreign exchange market regulations. The other breaches, according to the statement, include updated guidelines for inward remittance service for payment service providers dated November 2023 and the anti-money laundering or combating the financial of terrorism and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction guideline for accountable institution in Ghana dated December 2022, which have come to attention of the Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana announced that the license will be restored at the end of 1 month suspension period, provided that CBG implements effective controls to ensure strict adherence to foreign exchange market regulations. And now the Member of Parliament for the Dade Kotopon constituency, Rita Na Odole Sowa, has stated that next NDC government will ensure the completion and operationalization of the stalled construction of the La General Hospital. Her assurance comes amidst the increased frustration of residents over the prolonged delay in construction of the La General Hospital. The residents bemoan their businesses have suffered due to closure of the hospital. But a few days before the election, the residents have lost hope in the government's ability to rebuild the hospital. Rita Odole Sowa has, however, promised to ensure the completion of the project should there be a change of government. My colleague Andy Opondenchi has more in this report. Well, we will bring you that report in a subsequent broadcast, but that particular La General Hospital actually needs a lot of conversation. And even in our front story, this particular morning on ABC, we will be discussing that, so stay on that for that topic. Anyway, that's how we wrap up on ABC Headline. I am Eric. For more news, do also visit abcnewsgh.com, as well visit our YouTube, ABC News Ghana. It has been a pleasure. Do have a good morning.
This is where the headlines are probed. Policies scrutinized through an objective lens with an unbiased approach to every discussion. Key in to a series of pulsating conversations with the hard questions.
Why do you still want to run when you have failed?
I haven't. What do you mean by failed?
In-depth analysis of policy proposals.
If it's a temporary program, why do we want to still create another gold reserve exchange program also to address a temporary issue?
If you introduce a temporary measure and you realize that the temporary measure works and is sustainable, you have to rethink whether or not it should just be temporary.
And every agenda and positions intellectually debated to set the record straight.
Look, you still don't answer the question now. Good. Question is, if Article 78(1) is anything to go by, your ministers of state largely are supposed to come from the parliament.
Yes.
The law says that not less than 10 and not more than 19. So these are your cabinet, your ministers of state you're going to get. How do you intend to? Have you thought about managing that hurdle?
Absolutely. If I hadn't, I probably would not get on the fray to do this.
On Focus on ABC, we focus on the matter, the personality, and the answer beyond the rhetoric. Focus on ABC shows every Thursday at 7 p.m. only on ABC News Ghana television.
Mid-year budget review with some key allocations.
We are currently here at Kanisu
When the news breaks, we are there. In the heart of matters arising, we follow through with the right question. Don't miss a beat with our in-depth news analysis. From breaking news, special feature stories, latest news, we bring you the stories that matter. Our team of immersed reporters bring you the news as it happens. Join us every 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. each day for a comprehensive look at the stories beyond the headlines.
Two to one.
You're watching ABC News GH.
ABC News GH, your trusted source for news.
Mid-year budget review with some key allocations.
We are currently here at Kanisi.
When the news breaks, we are there. In the heart of matters arising, we follow through with the right question. Don't miss a beat with our in-depth news analysis. From breaking news, special feature stories, latest news, we bring you the stories that matter. Our team of immersed reporters bring you the news as it happens. Join us every 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. each day for a comprehensive look at the stories beyond the headlines.
Two to one.
You're watching AB.
I'm relying on you. I'm depending on you. Holding to your word. It's the light in the dark, the hope for my heart. Yeah. Seasons come, people change, but you were there at the start. Won't